3, 2, 1. Hang on. Here we go. Oh, welcome, everybody. Welcome to another show. It's episode 11. How did that happen? Double-digit territory. We actually entered double-digit territory with the Neuralink show. However, this is legs 11. This is actually legs 11. So here's the fun thing. YouTube starts first, then we go to Facebook. Let's bring in Facebook. In 5, you can count it in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, Facebook, welcome along as well. Welcome. Legs 11, number 11. What a big show. Double-digit territory here today. What are we going to be talking about? Well, as we speak, right here, right now, there is a very fun potential launch happening. It's happening. Maybe it's going to take place. There's some awesome streams. If you don't know Everyday Astronaut, he's an absolute superstar. Tim's a legend. He's basically got a camera set up just staring at Starhopper SpaceX rocket, waiting for it to take off. There's no set time for it, so maybe we'll be able to see that take off. Maybe we won't. It's steaming at the moment, and that is absolutely not the correct terminology, but it is steaming as we quickly cut through and have a look.
However you say it. I will have to look into it.
So maybe we'll keep cutting backwards and forwards with that. Maybe we'll be able to see that launch. A whole bunch of other things to chat about. It's been a pretty huge week. I mean, we had Neuralink last week, but some people have been saying that it's not going to happen, which I find crazy because call up Elon and ask if you can be a patient. Like, it's going to happen. Whether it happens tomorrow, whether it does meet the actual timelines of next year, doesn't matter, even if it's 2022, 2023, 2025. It's still going to happen. Well, let's start this show. Oh, the buttons on my little machine. So every show, I re-wipe the buttons. I draw on them, and then I re-wipe over. And I cannot remember which one that's the title. So let's just hope with this button press that we go to our title sequence. We did it. We hit the right button. That was the right button. As you could see, there was an absolute fear that potentially was not going to be the correct button. Let's check in with Tim once again.
Thank you very much. A futuristic.
He's still chatting. Hopefully, I'll have that launch come through as soon as. Oh, CPU overload. Let us turn things on. We've overloaded the CPU. Don't shut down, CPU. Do you want to know the fun thing? So we are utilizing 99% usage. These things happen. CPU overdrive happens because I'm streaming out to 2 different locations at 6.5 meg per upload. And this little computer, it should be able to handle it, but sometimes it just can't. So, look. Number 11, legs 11. Do you know, here's the thing. I used to call bingo. I used to do a lot of hosting gigs, which now that I look back on them, even at the time, I loved them, but I'm so glad that I went through them. I used to do trivia, and so bingo colling's a weird skill that I wonder whether a lot of people still bingo these days. If you're bingo, let me know in the comments section. That's probably the first time that's ever been a statement. If you bingo, hit me with your comments. No, hit me with your comments. If you've won, Lee, you superstar. Nice to see you. Lee, I thoroughly enjoy your updates of your driving in Australia. I'm a big fan of it. I know it's really cool. Please keep posting them because it's very interesting to see. How much do you earn? How far do you travel? It's insight into an industry. So I do appreciate it. Bingo! Yes, bingo! Bang! Kyle's won bingo. You good thing. Halfway to 2 little ducks. There we go. Legs 11. 22. 2 little ducks. It was, oh jeez, I don't know whether I can say it. It was the old Ronnie John's Good Time half-hour jamboree show. You know what? We're going to watch it. I'm going to bring it up because there's no other way to describe how Ronnie John's bingo. So this guy used to play Chopper. All Australians will remember who Chopper is. And the sketch was Ronnie John's, which was the Ronnie John's Good Time Jamboree half-hour show, now on television, I think was its full name. The show itself had Chopper. Everybody's lovable character, Chopper. I actually nearly did an impersonation of Chopper in an audition that I did today. I rarely do auditions, but there was a show that sounded like fun, so I went along and auditioned, and I had to take in a photo of myself when I was a kid, and I realized that I think while I was telling this cute story of me as a kid, I described myself as, hello, there's little Grey running over here and running over there. I've got the feeling I did that. And that is a direct, like an actual rip-off of Chopper, but it's actually Ronnie John's doing Chopper. So it's like the trifecta of rip-offs. So that happened. Don't do 88. There's a couple that I want to do that I can't say them. So we're going to let Ronnie John's, would love one. We're going to let Ronnie John's do it. I'm going to rewind this clip. Each week, look, we're getting better at how I can cue these shows. Here we go. This is old school. Oh, let us quickly check in on Everyday Astronaut
Have a great mission.
Starhopper.
I just like this stuff, and it's just too exciting not to share, so I'm glad other people are excited too. Dang it, Peter, says Utopia Labs.
He's still going. He's been doing this for 4 hours.
Robert, thank you.
The man's
Mike
a legend.
MC, sending some Irish
Big
love
fan.
to the top. Elon's the man. I want those wires in my...
So good. He's doing a remarkable job. We're going to send him a message later and we'll see if we can get in contact with him. He's very busy at the moment, but we might be able to get him to do a shout out. Now, this is Ronnie John's doing Chopper. The fun thing about this is I don't monetize my YouTube videos nor my Facebook videos, so I'm pretty sure whilst I keep getting pinged for copyright because let's be honest, every time we're on the desk, it's Kyle and me singing songs while driving in the motorized desk. I think when we get done for copyright, we won't actually get... I don't think I'll get in, like, deep trouble. I'll just get in trouble, but I won't get in deep trouble because I'm not monetizing these videos. Anyway, here's Ronnie John's. This is the sketch. Oh, I forgot he does swear.
Bloody guest Mark Chopper Reed. Play some fucking bingo for you people. I can't even fucking count. I'm going to host bingo. It's just like bloody dingo, but it's safer with your kids, isn't it? No, but before I get started, just want to say, RSL's a bit of a solemn place, isn't it? I've seen friends get shot. I fucking regret doing it too. We'll kick it off like a dead leopard's head. What do you reckon?
That is a sensational
Here we go,
gag.
first fucking number. This one is number 22. Two little ducks. Quack, fucking
There it is, Lee. Two little ducks.
Everybody ripping around the pond here and ripping around there. Fucking good on them.
Good on him.
Here we go. Next fucking number. This one is number 5. And if you look at number 5, it looks like a little kid in a wheelchair.
Ah, now I'm remembering.
So it's okay.
Oh. I wonder whether I should keep going with this. We'll keep going because it's good gear.
69, dinner for 2. Fucking everyone gets a feed. Yeah, they're all happy. Alrighty. Here we go, next fucking number. There is number 27. It's one of those little ducks from before. And now he's got a bloody boomerang to play with.
There we go. That's the one I was after.
Indigenous and inventive.
That's spectacular. So that's the thing. If you did bingo, like if you've played bingo, you know it's so much fun. But I used to be a bingo caller. And Lee, yeah, you're absolutely right. There's a couple that are completely inappropriate. 22, two little ducks, absolutely fine. 27 is a duck with a boomerang, still not too bad. Once you go number 5, kid in a wheelchair, we're talking dark, right? We've gone, it's not blue, but we've gone dark. We're working dark. Once you then start hitting you'll have to go. I'm not going to play the rest of that sketch because we like to keep it a little PG here. We like to keep it a little clean. a little bit clean. Go and check out the rest of that sketch. It's Bingo Chopper. Chopper is the character who's being played. Let us check back in with
I really want to see more of it. I
Starhopper.
really
How
want to
we
make it
doing
down to
here?
the Mahia Peninsula to see the actual
We still haven't
Rocket
launched.
Lab launch pad and watch a launch. So hopefully that happens sometime.
He'll get there.
Those flights.
I had a very similar instance happen to me many years ago when I was at Kennedy Space Center doing stand-up, and the rocket was delayed by an hour, and so we had to, for an hour, just ad-lib, just keep going, make up stuff. And that, Tim's doing a wonderful job at the moment because he's just reading comments. He's having a great time with everyone. It's very good fun. He's a legend. Actually, let's see. We'll send him a message and see if we can get a hold of him right now. Let us see. Let me see. We'll jump on and over. Where is it? How do we... There's so many... Here we go. No. We've lost... Oh, his stream stopped. No, his stream can't have stopped. Everyday Astronaut. Why is his stream stopped? Let me reload the page. Yo, why is your stream? Alright, I'm gonna try and find it. It has here we go. Okay, I got it back. We got it back. Phew. YouTube was just displaying any old video that it wanted to. It had skipped past so this should bring it back. There we go. Alright. Let's see let's have a listen.
So Alex, thank you. Josh JAJ040. Tim, I'm also a CF native. Really? I was a few years behind you at CF High School. I'm an engineer at the pump manufacturer in town. If you have any pump questions, reach out. I assume I know exactly which pump manufacturer you're talking about. Probably Viking Pump. That's
so what you're
cool.
seeing
I
there...
did not realize that. Ooh, the flare's getting big. All
yes,
right, showtime,
this is what
baby.
we want.
Showtime. Oopsies. Water bottle tipped over.
We are seeing...
All right. Wow.
Look at that
yes.
illumination.
Things
Oh,
are
this is
happening.
looking good.
That camera's rolling. This camera's rolling.
Oh, are
Yes.
we going to see a launch?
Just in case you guys are concerned, this is to be expected a little bit.
If I put myself here, you can't see the flare, so I'm
This is
going to
the
change
methane
it back
flare.
around.
They intentionally vent off methane. I'm a little nervous to go over that far. Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to just tweak this a little bit here.
Hopefully, oh, there we go. There we are. We can get back in. So that's Starhopper there. Tim's out there. This isn't an official
Just a little bit.
SpaceX.
Tiny
It's
little
not an
bit.
official SpaceX broadcast. He's just out there with his cameras, doing the community a service. He's a good man. He's a very good man. Everyday Astronaut. If you haven't seen his stuff, you must check
Probably
him
right
out.
exactly where it was, but whatever.
He's so great. He's so great.
I tried. Just wanted to see more of that flame. Okay, hang on. I got to
Some more
take a
of that
real
flame.
quick second here, and I'm going to lock my exposure down real quick.
Oh, he's got the
Let's
poor dude. He's got a lot going on.
see what this looks like.
All right, he's changing around exposures and so on. I'll keep an eye on it, and we will jump back into that as soon as. Can I still hear? No. As soon as I see action, bang,
And
we'll
the
go
flame
back
we see
to it.
right
It's just
now.
dark screen at the moment, so we'll wait a minute and then we'll cut back. Yeah, as I said, I had to do I did an audition today. I don't audition. A lot of the things I do don't require auditions, because they're like MC work and so on, and it's a very specific duty that I'm doing that you don't cast for. It's just like, well, we need Gray to do this. But I'd forgotten. It's been months since I did an audition. They're just it's hard work. I mean, the actors got it hard. Learning lines, driving around town, like it's very time consuming, and it's just generally a lot of going around trying for things and they're not hearing feedback and so on. Like you get, in studio notes sometimes. But yeah, so that's good fun. We'll see what happens with that. Neuralink, let's kick back here.
Jackson,
Still,
please no more fire.
it hasn't launched yet. That Neuralink announcement last week was just wild. I've chatted to a bunch of people since then about, what potentially could happen in the future, and we're going to see some crazy stuff. The new way to describe Neuralink, by the way, is that they put lots of spaghetti in your head. Because those threads, like the 1,500 threads that you see, it's spaghetti. It's mini pieces of spaghetti. When we did the live stream last week, trying to do like a companion alongside the Neuralink announcement, I still haven't heard officially what went on and why their stream was like held off for 50 minutes. I don't know. I'm still pretty sure something to do with robots taking over is the reason that they didn't. I mean, when you think about it, they had all the AV equipment. People knew what time to arrive. A 50-minute delay doesn't happen because you're taking time to put people into a cinema. I think maybe Neuralink was done on a patient and we didn't get to see. I reckon that's what's happening. Let's check out.
Getting probably within 5 minutes.
He reckons within 5 minutes. Should we send him a message at the moment? We'll see whether he can get this. I think he's probably...
Porterhouse, thank you.
Let's see.
Okay, let's do this.
He's recording a whole bunch of stuff, so I want to get him in the moment where he's not... like caught up pushing buttons and so on. When I know that he's...
There's the drone.
Oh, we're seeing a drone.
Okay, guys, drone's
Okay,
airborne.
here we are.
Based on that, I'm gonna say.
All right, we're about to go into it.
42.
Is that
We'll see if
42 seconds?
If they pop up live stream. Okay, sorry, I went back to auto exposure, but I'm probably going to get into the locking it down aspect here soon.
What you're hearing at the moment, these guys are doing like they.
Oh baby.
Oh, let me cut this around.
Oh baby.
Actually.
Porterhouse, thanks again. Seth, hi from Golden, Colorado. I'm a student at School of Mines. That's awesome. An intern at Lockheed Martin. Space, super cool. Love your stuff. Keep it up. Shout out to M and Zach. That's awesome. Seth, if you run into Jamie or Caitlin Clark, please tell them hi. They're really good friends of mine. Some of my best friends. They both work at Lockheed Martin. So if you know either of them, Jamie Clark or Caitlin Clark, please say hi. James, I'll get back to you guys here. I'm going to probably focus in and just
There he goes, yeah.
start watching with my eyes and get stuff ready here.
He's looking away from the computer, so let us keep an eye on this launch. That flame in the bottom right hand
sorry,
is
I know
supposed
this
to
is
be
super
there.
underexposed, but once the rocket takes off, this will be this should be worth it.
This is very exciting. This is a complete, like, this is just a community
See how good that
style.
flame looks right now. Now imagine when the flame is significantly brighter than this.
It's like a community
And we don't have
style
the camera trying
engagement.
to guess and make it brighter and darker and brighter and darker and ramping all around. This will make for a lot better slow-mo footage. Because that ramping, especially in slow-mo, you see it is very jarring. And you'll see it literally every time.
If you're just tuning in wondering why it's so dark, their cameras are set to an exposure so that when we see Starhopper jump, then
All right,
it will
guys.
actually, we should be
Any
able
minute
to
now.
see it in good visibility. So we are seeing Starhopper there. Starhopper looks like an aluminium tin. I'm not the biggest fan of like
Okay,
1960s robots and all the robots that...
Who's ready?
Yeah.
Who
buddy.
is ready?
Of what robots looked like in like 1940s and so on, but that's kind of what Starhopper looks like, and it's done because giving it that material is what they're after.
I'm so nervous.
It just makes it look like a 1960s toy rocket. Actually, sorry, not 1960s. It's definitely like the 1920s or 1940s. I think they're the ones that look like giant stainless steel.
Okay.
Because it's you're
Sorry, guys,
thinking
I'm
like
gonna be,
the
super zoned
Saturn
in.
is 1960s.
I
So
take
yeah.
this
Anyway.
one in with my eyes.
Well, it's So this is almost like, I'm going to keep an eye on it. When I see even the slightest illumination, we'll kick back to it. This is kind of like with last week's announcement. Things just, when you're doing live, things, it's all on the seat of your pants. Is that the saying? Fly by the seat of your pants. That is the saying. Yeah. Oh, for those of you in Melbourne, wow, big news out of there today in the school community. You'll know what I mean. Let's see. This launch is definitely happening within the next few minutes. That burn off.
Guys, here we go.
Oh, he's whispering now.
Phone is ready.
I feel like if we maybe I can add a countdown timer or something. But we just don't know when it will be.
It is
What's he saying?
looking like it's getting ready to do something wild.
Let me see these. So if you're just tuning in and wondering what's actually going on, this is Starhopper is inside there. Tim has changed the exposure.
It's getting pretty darn bright right now.
He's changed the exposure on his cameras because we know that there's about to be an enormous bright light because Starhopper's going to hopefully hover 20
Our sound
meters
is
off the
probably about 10
ground.
seconds delayed, so whatever just happened is a sign of something. It might be like chilling or something like that.
My heart's racing.
My heart's racing too.
These guys are live on scene. This isn't an official SpaceX broadcast.
Baby. Venting at the top.
Come
A
on,
lot
come
of
on, come
venting
on.
at the top.
Come on, you good thing.
That's a lot of venting, guys.
And the reason we're not seeing it
then-
is it is happening. It's just that our cameras, or the cameras that he has set up there, are just too dark for this situation.
We have
Oh,
a lot of
oh.
venting.
That's what the full screen looks like.
That's not probably what we want.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So potentially what is going to occur here if they abort,
Dang
then...
it. For those of you just tuning in,
Oh, let's listen.
we saw the flare was ready, the vehicle's pressurized, and now it appears that they are detanking or depressurizing. Too early to make that call for sure, but that's a lot. I mean, that's not what we've seen with other static fires. So that's
damn.
normally the vehicle has to hold its pressure, and this is clearly it venting.
Not good.
So it does appear they are in a hold or a...
Oh!
Oh, baby.
Uh-oh.
Oh, baby.
Oh.
Oh, baby.
Oh, hang on.
It's doing something.
Hang on, is that a hover or is that...
Oh,
What is that? What?
I have no idea.
What just happened? Did it
Is
just
it
burn?
still there? It's still there, I think.
What? Okay, we're not seeing the camera because they're live on scene and they're adjusting exposure
Guys,
at the moment.
it is, I think, still there. It's still there.
Oh
It's
my
still
goodness!
There. It moved a lot.
Oh,
It did it. Yeah!
all right,
Woo!
all good.
Yeah! Oh, that was so crazy. I thought it was done.
Wow, same.
Wow, it moved a lot.
It moved a lot.
Well, hopefully,
Yeah!
so they were expecting a
We
20
couldn't really
meter.
see it from here at all.
Couldn't see it.
Just a cloud of smoke. A beautiful cloud of orange smoke.
Trevor got
Oh, that is great. That is fantastic news.
Oh. Wow.
It sounds like it all went over.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. A wonderful cloud of beautiful orange smoke. Wow. And of course, it's after I like stopped with the
Oh no, was he not
the
recording
whole
it?
I'm gonna do exposure compensation.
Ah, that's why
But
we
maybe
didn't
that's
say
a
it.
good thing.
That's why we
Wow.
didn't say it. The exposure was completely off.
Well,
Thank goodness it wasn't an explosion.
that's
though.
good. That's good. People saying that is pointless. You don't know what this is. That was exactly
Who's saying it's
what we
pointless?
wanted. Although
what's
there does
happening?
appear
He's
to
getting
be
a whole
some
bunch
kind
of
of
live
fire on
streams at the
this
moment.
side of the tanks right now, guys. How is that? That's not good.
Uh-oh. He's
You
right.
guys see that?
Down, you can see it.
That's
There is-
that's a fire. That's not supposed to be there, right?
I don't know how they're going to put that out. Crews won't be allowed near it.
But on those side of the tanks?
There's a nitrogen and oxygen tanks and nothing to burn.
Uh-oh. Oh, okay, they're all empty.
Oh,
So-
yeah, it's getting bigger fast.
Well, the good thing is at least it went
Hopefully that's
off.
just some brush or something.
That's rapidly growing.
Oh, that's not good when he says it's rapidly growing. We may stay. I was about to cut away from this, but we may stick with this for a minute
Yeah,
because
we
they're
can be
absolutely
vehicle
right.
saved.
That
Get there and tend to that fire.
that is growing.
Was it though? Do we even know?
Yeah, oh, it moved.
It definitely moved.
It moved, so it had to have, right?
I mean, yeah, it definitely hopped, but we couldn't even like see anything from here.
No.
It's just up in its own cloud of smoke.
Yes.
I'm gonna look at the replay here on this thing.
Oh, my photos are just a giant orange cloud of smoke.
All right.
Kind of heartbreaking.
If this had been during the day, I would've-
So these guys, they're live on the scene at the moment. We are. This is an official SpaceX video. We're just grabbing it. That is Tim. Oh, there's the extinguisher. It's going the wrong way though. It's not. The extinguisher's not
Here.
going towards.
There's a giant orange cloud of stuff.
It's like a super soaker pointed in the wrong direction.
Oh, those are
Okay, so that fire that you can see at the base of the Starhopper, I reckon that is like an automated fire extinguisher system because
Well,
it's not
nearly as
moving,
bright as I thought it'd be either.
and it's not putting out the fire of where the fire is. I think it's just a hose that's probably there.
That's so much less bright than I thought. I had it locked down to about what?
I'm going to turn their commentary down. Look, I'm going to speculate a whole lot of things here. During a rocket launch, you want to shoot a whole bunch of water around it to decrease vibrations. Otherwise, you're going to shake apart like the structures and so on. So they use water to completely absorb all of the... it's actually noise vibrations that get absorbed a lot by it. Potentially, this is a water system that is either part of like an anti-vibration system, or that is an actual like fire extinguishing system. However, it's pointed in the wrong direction. It's not helping that fire at the front. But let's kick into
Pretty
the...
great.
It looked less.
Okay. They're not too concerned about
Brush
it.
fire
They're not.
is
Oh, it's a
definitely
brush
becoming
fire.
a thing, though.
It's getting bigger. Why is there even any type of plants around that can catch on fire? Because I know that we can't perceive depth in this video.
Wow.
However, it looks like if that is a brush fire, it looks like the brush was a meter away from the rocket, which maybe
Wow, that's actually
Shouldn't
a
be the
pretty
case.
big
Elon says on
fire.
Twitter,
It is
quite
increasing.
successful water towers can
Now remember,
fly.
we're listening to Everyday Astronaut, Tim Dodds.
I wish it was full of water right now.
I'm going to turn their volume back down. So we have seen we didn't see the successful launch, but remember, it looked like an explosion. However, it was just Starhopper. The exposure on the cameras was not set correctly, and so it was just it looked like an explosion. However, Tim has said that he did see height occur. It's supposed to be 20 meters. probably was 20 meters. But now we got ourselves a bit of a fire happening. And this is almost like, you know, when you see firework displays and there's an issue, you actually quite often have limited access.
So yeah, for those
because you
of
can't
those of you
send
saying, like,
humans
why
in.
isn't the
Oh,
fire
here we
department
go.
out there? The fire, no personnel is allowed
Yeah.
anywhere near this thing yet. Still, until it's safed, until it's depressurized, detanked. So this fire will have to go unattended for a handful of minutes here.
As Tim said, no one can go near it, and so that's why we're seeing the if we just that water stream there.
Let me get to some of you guys' questions here.
It's either part of a
Porterhouse, thank
he's
you.
back.
And Golden,
Good
Colorado,
question.
awesome. Good luck.
Let's see if I can get a
James
hold of
Devine,
him.
Good day from Adelaide, South Australia. Super excited for this test. Australian Space Agency for the win. Absolutely, super cool.
We'll see whether we can grab him in a second.
In my photo, you can see how high it got.
Can you?
Oh, how high?
Yeah.
I haven't edited it yet, but you can see the copies.
So we're listening to the live stream of Tim, Everyday Astronaut. There was no SpaceX live stream for this, so this is really all just community. This is really just community based. You know, people want to see it. People want to see this.
It got well above those water tanks.
It did. Oh man,
Those
I can't
water
believe it.
tanks. That fire's growing, man. That fire.
Good, but
That fire's getting big. Damn.
Fire is actually becoming a bit concerning.
Yeah.
Well, they might be lucky it didn't air launch over. At least the stuff's kind of soggy from the rain yesterday. You know?
yeah, good call.
Let's see.
Hmm.
Passion Planet wants tell my girl Mary marries Mikey loves her. Mikey loves Marisa. Marisa. Sorry, I don't know how to say that exactly, but Mikey loves you. It's awesome. Thomas, so what's the fire for? The fire is not good, per se.
What does it sound? It sounds awesome.
Might be more detanking.
Yeah. Makes sense. Here comes the drone coming back.
So Alex says, I don't see what the big deal is. Jeff made a hopper 4 years ago. SpaceX made a hopper, 6-7 years ago. Hoppers are just part of development. The big deal is the start of a new
That
program.
fire's
That's
growing.
What the big deal is. It has, the hop might be a little bit, uneventful and not that impressive for now, but it's the start of a program, and that's always super exciting. Inio, thank you. True Style, what's the current over-under bet for success? Well, 100%. And hopefully this fire doesn't devour it, but yeah. Val, thank you. Tom, thank you. Nick, from your friendly neighborhood meteorologist in Cedar Rapids. Hey, man, how are you, Nick? That's awesome. Yeah, Nick works for Nick's, was it KCRG? Is that who it was?
All right, it's just chat over there at the moment. I'm going to keep an eye on that fire as we go through. Yeah, Lee, that fire that's getting out of control. That fire, oh my goodness. Now, this is happening out in, I believe it's Texas, is where Starhopper was launching from. Oh, here we go. Knowing Elon, he'll probably build a huge firefighting robot to deal with these fires in the future. I hope he does. Here's one of the things. Fire, I've always found fire interesting. And Greg, it's always awesome to see you, man. Always awesome to see you on here. Thank you so much for your support. You're an absolute superstar. I keep meaning to send you a message to say thank you. I always see you liking stuff and sharing things. You're an absolute legend. Thank you. The fire industry has always, think about it. It's still fire trucks and hoses, and the premise of taking water from here and blasting it there through humans holding, hoses and so on. There's been a bunch of viral videos that I've seen that show new types of firefighting technology, but I don't see them getting incorporated into actual firefighting equipment. And I'm sure there's a reason for that. But you've seen things like, large drones with 8-10 propellers and then a giant hose, and they are able to like use a drone with a hose connected to it to put out fires. Now, obviously, you have the dynamics of you push like fluid dynamics coming out of a flying object, pushes the drone backwards. There's all those complexities, but it's nothing you can't solve with math. You've just got to take it into account. So I hope that becomes a new technology. And then these other ones where I've seen objects that you throw into a fire and they basically explode. Like they're almost like a controlled explosion, but the explosion is of the same type of powder that is in fire extinguishers for oil fires and so on. And then that smothers the fire. So there's cool stuff, but it always like I just don't see it on firefighting equipment. But there's got to be a reason. There's got to be a reason why. Maybe it's just untested or something. Or ultimately, in terms of the kit that you can take to a fire, maybe it is just better to be able to have like hoses and so on. Maybe they're still more practical. Speaking of fire, this is getting out of control.
That was too formal.
That's
Matt Clark, Tim, could I see Starhopper in the air before the cloud gets...
That's the entire width of the water towers now, and that's, I'm going to say, double the width of Starhopper itself. As Tim said a minute ago, fire crews can't get out there. That's a absolutely restricted area right now. I don't know how he's going to be able to actually put that fire out. Little scary. Now, as you can see, I'm trying to message Tim to see whether we can grab a hold of him. He is very busy. Oh, can you give context to the importance of Starhopper? Yes, I'm going to. So Starhopper is a test. As someone sent a message to Tim a minute ago saying that Jeff and Blue Origin had done a hop before. Same type of thing. Like, I'm pretty sure Rocket Lab has done a test of hop as well. And originally, like, Falcon 9s had to do hop tests. Starhopper is a hop test for other methods of exiting a planet. Like, say, for instance, Mars. If we want to bounce back off Mars, or realistically, it's the moon. Being able to land in the same way that we came down with the lunar lander and then shot back out. Starhopper is the same type of thing. I'm going to jump to SpaceX's website and read the actual text, though, so that I get it completely right, because I think that is a very good question. Starhopper is a prototype for SpaceX's Starship program, ignited. It's got Raptor engines. Let me get some actual good information for you, though, because it is, I want to get it right. The Super Heavy will have it'll have 35 Raptor engines. I mean, that is getting out of control. Damn, they don't actually list really concise information about it. Anyway, the test for this is in order to be able to bounce off, once you land on, say, the moon or Mars, you need to bounce back out. So this test is to make sure sort of that we can do exits. Just saying if there is... SpaceX Starhopper could fly in 4 weeks. Well, we hopefully just saw it now. Here we go. The Starhopper will test technology that will be built into the second stage Starship. The Starship is a reusable launch vehicle, second stage, with an integrated payload section and the ability to operate as long-duration spacecraft on flights, both in and beyond Earth orbit. Let's see if we got any more. Here's what we were talking about before. It looks like a 1920s rocket. The stainless steel structure and tank construction, its strength to mass ratio is comparable to or better than early design alternatives of carbon fiber composites. So that's why it looks like it does. Because oh my goodness, it is burning up. Let's just have a listen to Tim for a
Marshmallows, smash that like button. Let's go viral. Thanks, Ferret 0007. The pad is on fire. We don't need the effer anymore. So
All right. So they're just singing songs, which is exactly what you'd expect. They've been going live for like 4 hours now. They've been doing it. I think, let me see how long. I think they've been going 4 or 5 hours. They're so good. He's such a legend. I still can't get a hold of him though. That's why as I'm typing here, I'm just trying to see if I can reach him. However, not able to at the time. No. All right, we'll keep trying. We'll keep seeing what we can do. We may not be able to get to him. So, as I said, like Neuralink was an interesting one last week. Oh, do you want to see these signs actually? You'll know this sign here I'd been creating for some time. I'm going to show you what the new ones look like. These signs are for our wedding next month, and this one I really wanted to be able to get. See that point? I really wanted to be able to get that. So this is, it's taken me a long time to be able to get this, but this is the backing of it, and then this will be what the front looks like. This is what the front looks like. And if I remove the front plate, this is full of LEDs. And I'll show you how bright they are. Oh no! 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 It's just a G now. Oh, that's so heartbreaking. Oh no. Let me take a minute to contemplate how I'm going to fix this. Oh no. Well, that didn't work as well as I thought it would. That wasn't the best idea. Let me think. At least it's a G. So the G work. Check out the snap. It unfortunately broke in a very unique position. Let me explain. So if you're listening to the podcast on iTunes, I'm pretty sure you can comprehend that I was just holding up a large neon sign that I've spent many, many hours making. And as I held it up, I just broke it. The G that I have, the way that it's actually folded, so you have like a backing of perspex or acrylic that's laser cut, and it's a GRAY, and then you have a front one which is transparent, like this one, and that allows the light through, and you put LEDs inside of it, and you're not supposed to break it on camera. Now, the reason it broke is because in order to bend this metal, it's really, really difficult. So I actually ended up bending this metal in multiple sections, and in that exact section, it wasn't two pieces of metal going all the way along. There was a very unique gap that unfortunately allowed for it to snap in that exact moment. I'll work out a way to fix this. It's going to... Damn, yeah, look at that. See how it's at that join part? There was no way to bend this metal, so that was actually a really unique spot that it could always break at. That's disappointing. Well, do you want to see... I'll show you the ray part. I'll put this in. By the way, that fire's out of control now. That fire
hardly from
is out of control. Let's see. That's how bright that is, and so it's lined all the way through with red LEDs. That the front perspex will sit on top of. Oh, I nearly broke it again. Well, I tell you what, it's sad that it broke. It's obviously that's not good, not the best, but in terms of like, is it better off than this? Yes, it's going to be okay because this is getting wild. Look at this fire. Let's listen in.
Wonder if for pad safety, if they're detanking the rest of the methane tank.
Wow. Yeah, that's getting dangerous. The tanks around are now in risk. I think Starhopper is okay.
I'm really hoping that they can get the fire truck down there soon. Get this thing under control. Dang.
We're not hearing much from them. So this isn't an official broadcast. What we're seeing is not official broadcast footage. It's just from Everyday Astronaut, Tim Dodds. Absolute superstar. Absolute legend. Last time I got to hang out with him was Yuri's Night 2018.
Julian says this is the reason why Elon chose Boca Chica, not 39A. Cody Jones, thanks. Water Woods tweeted you the spark that caused the fire.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't think I'll see it in my Twitter feed right now. It's kind of going nuts. Thanks for the light show. Daniel says hi. Thanks, Allie. Mike Mick, that's a burning ring of fire. Yes, it is. Marco, thank you. My eyes scream, congrats, SpaceX. Now hire me. Patrick Burke, SpaceX, ever the efficient company, taking the opportunity to test new propulsion and do landscaping at the same time.
Hey, they're doing material. They're doing gear out there. Oh, you know what's... I mean, I'm looking back at this G. I'm looking back at the G that I just broke no more than like 4 or 5 minutes ago. The classic was Kyle was just walking out about to... I think she was about to do the laundry. And the look on her face as... If you were wondering, like, who I was staring at going, oh my God. There were, Kyle was in the background. We'll have to... Yeah, I will definitely have to gaffer tape and WD-40 all of that. All of it. Yeah, and I'm just saying the footage, Greg, that you sent through of Blue Origin. Yeah, exactly. The vertical landing tests by SpaceX and Blue Origin. Similar type of stuff. It's, the purpose of it is really to test new propulsion systems, and I think, like, long-term, absolutely, this is to bounce. We need a base on the moon. We need to be able to land on the moon, then take off from the moon. And these are all the efforts going towards it. Yeah, can you believe it? It was so good, because it was all in... It wasn't broken. It wasn't broken 10 minutes ago, and now it's broken. Duct tape? Yeah, that's exactly what someone said. Gaffer tape and WD-40. Kyle just said maybe it's easier to transport. You're absolutely right. It packs up a lot smaller now rather than being... no, I can definitely fix it. I love you. I hope I can fix it. I think I can fix it. If anyone knows how to fix it, can you message me? Because I don't know whether I can fix it. No, we can do it. The way that I'm actually going to fix it is... This is quite interesting. I will use 2 pieces of leftover perspex. I will cut 2 pieces of perspex. Oh, holding this is probably... I'm going to break it even more. But what I'll do is I'll cut 2 pieces of perspex. One of them will glue along here. and it will, when I say glue, it's actually like a chemical bond that occurs. And then I'll do it on the other side, and that will get held in place, because let me show you something. This has actually already happened before. It happened twice on the letter Y. See inside there. There we go. Those two pieces of acrylic inside there were glued because I accidentally cracked it before. And there it is on the back. And that's held it really well. I then had the luxury of being able to use more aluminium, not aluminum, aluminium inside here to hold it in place. Can you believe I broke it? But everything in perspective, because it's a legit fire now. That's...
Nick says, thanks for the stream. At least now we know the brush will be... Oh, yeah, we already read that. Casual
That's
space
an
past 5
actual
a.m.
fire.
5 a.m. here in the UK. It was a pleasure to stay up and watch. Stay safe away from that fire. Stay safe, Starhopper rocks. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'll probably get out of here anyway soon, just to start getting closer to bed. I'm tired. And there's a good hour of... Not hour, but... It'll take me 20 or 30 minutes to tear down here and get out of here, so... It's crazy. I might actually lock down the ISO here just to the flames are a little more consistent.
Yeah, that fire's getting out of control now.
Oh, shit.
All right.
Sorry. Didn't mean to swear.
Well, at least we... Oh, here we go. Yo, your mic sounds better. Did you follow my recommendations?
Whoa.
Peter, absolutely. Let me tell you. Thank you so much, because you're absolutely right. It was peaking. I want to do an example for you. Even if I talk really loud now, I've got that compression happening. Now, the compression setting that I have, let me tell you, is... I went with a compressor ratio. I've got the compression ratio at 1:1, and at negative 15 is when is the threshold. So negative 15 dB, ratio of 1:1. At one point, I'm sure I had that at 1:3 ratio. Let me know if you think I should have it at 1:3. I used to use a noise gate, but I've turned off the noise gate, because at least with this, I think it does have... I mean, it's a really great mic, so I don't really need it a lot. I have my gain at about 75% on the input device. Yeah, and I'm noticing I don't peak. Even if I try to peak, even hit those hard P's, I don't think it's peaking. So you should put it 1 to... Okay, let me put it 1:2. Ratio 2:1. There we go. Depending on how you want to sound. Yeah, it's for me. Like right now, it's all about just making sure. It's actually the biggest thing in doing these shows at the moment has been trying to get systems in place, because they're actually quite complex in terms of like just starting and being able to cue things like this. Like that's a fire and a half now, and throwing through, and all of the images that normally appear inside here. There's not that many that I have here at the moment, but getting all of these to do really quickly, it's been a lot of like just fiddly bits. So appreciate your comments so much, because that audio was killing me that it wasn't right. But for your style, I'd say, okay, go 1:3. All right, I'll do 1:3. Let me change that, because I did set it to 1:2. Grant, how you doing, buddy? Nice to see you. Grant, stay there. I'm going to show you something crazy. I'm just going to change this audio. Peter's giving me a good idea. Ratio 3:1. Nice. Threshold, negative 15 dB. I have no gain in the software. I'm just at 75% gain on the interface. All right, there we go. Let's check back in with that fire. Oh my God, that's a literal fire. If you're wondering what this is,
we
this
need
is
coverage or an official
Starhopper.
live
It didn't
stream.
explode. It was a successful
mean,
test. It was a successful test.
I'm not gonna rule it
However,
out, but
everything's on fire.
I like
That
your little
entire
mind to try
pad.
to come down from
That
200
I mean, the
house.
pads.
I don't
The
know.
pad's all gonna be okay, but it is.
Cleared smoke cloud.
I mean, it's really sad what's happening. Oop.
It's true. At 200 meters, it would probably clear its own smoke cloud, and the footage would probably be a lot cooler. Oh, man.
Let me know. I'm down to split an Airbnb.
What's happened to them? Let me see if I can get a hold of him.
Vane says, looks like the fire gods are making up for the hidden Raptor engine exhaust with the massive brush fire. Stay safe and sleep well. Thanks, man. Andrew, can you restream this as holiday fireplace loop? Yeah, we should make this the official video for Teslas.
All right. He's still going through. Let's go back to what's happened. Starhopper test. At least it went through. Apparently, it was successful. It was all okay. The video that Tim had was he had the exposure set to a different setting. Didn't catch the actual launch, not because of exposure in that case. Actually, it was still a little dark, but it was because there was just a plume of steam and smoke all around Starhopper. But they said it did hop, and it was supposed to hop about 20 meters in the air. It wasn't supposed to set fire to
Many
everything
people in the group
around,
text.
but it
So,
has.
Whether or not I have friends is not up for debate when you're on the river. That's what I have to say.
I don't know what he's talking about now. He's done about 5 hours of commentary there, so he's doing just such a splendid job. All right, I'm listening on my cell phone, so no idea how it sounds, but I can tell it's not clipping, and a 3-to-1 compression is definitely fine for speaking your voice. You can probably squeeze it even more without going all radio stinger voice. All right, sensational. Well, I'm gonna have a listen back to this audio to see how it actually goes, because getting audio, those in the industry will absolutely know this and recognize it, that audio is so important. I knew audio was important, but I didn't understand how important until I had a meeting one day. And it was a very important meeting. And I was let me tell you this. I was in at National Geographic Channel. And I had just finished the first episode. It was the pilot. We call it episode 1, but it basically was a pilot. Me and my friends had made The Tomorrow Show, and we put in a whole lot of effort to make this show, edited it up, and had the opportunity to go and show it to the head of National Geographic at the time. And that gentleman's name is David Hill. And David Hill is pretty much the inventor of Fox Sports. Very much in that, like Murdoch. He was a ex-Australian broadcaster, incredibly talented. Murdoch had him come over, create Fox Sports. Oh, the man invented the little thing in the corner that tells you the sports scores. He's the inventor of that. So David Hill, incredible broadcaster. I think that's probably just the best way to describe him. Oh, and he was showrunner for, I think it was X Factor or American Idol. Showrunner. Legit. Incredible. So I go in and I have this meeting with him. And because the premise was I was trying to sell the Tomorrow Show to National Geographic. And I sit down and I show him the first episode. And he basically takes off his headphones and turns to me. And just very, very matter of fact tells me that audio is so important. In many other instances, he would probably just turn off the video and not even watch anymore. But we went through. He gave me a whole bunch of show notes. You know what? Actually, this is relevant to right now. One of his show notes was that I wasn't primetime ready. That was one of his notes. And his recommendation was that I needed more time on camera. And this was back in 2015, I think it was, 2015. And the way he described it, he was like, Gray, you just need more reps. You're not prime time ready. Because we were literally talking about whether we could do this show on National Geographic, which is huge. And I wasn't ready at the time. Absolutely. I think he's completely right. And he said, look, you've got to do more reps. You've got to just do more on-camera time. And one of the purposes of why I used to do the live Wednesday shows, one of the reasons I do these shows is actually, this is like working out for me. I not only thoroughly enjoy making these podcasts and these shows, but I have to keep finding ways to become better at what I enjoy doing. Because I don't have the hobby of playing golf and so on, I can't go out and swing some, 9 irons. That's not even the way you describe golf. But I can't go out and practice swinging, like out on a course in the same way that you would if you were practicing golf. This is a method of practice. Same with stand-up, same with a whole bunch of other performing things. So you just got to keep doing it. So there you go. That's a little bit of insight. I didn't know I'd be telling that story. But that's a bit of insight as to, not only how this show came about, why it occurs, but the importance of audio. David Hill literally would have thrown me out of his office if he wasn't such a gentleman, and he actually was just deeply interested in helping me. So my hat's off to him. He was a real champion with that, and I took his advice. I really took his advice, and that fire is still going.
Mythos Mint, an elaborate scheme so Elon could.
It's still. Oh my goodness. Here we go. We just finished out our TV studio at Telzo. Oh, finally. Let's talk next week. We still need hosts for our videos. All right, Peter. Yeah, absolutely. I would love to. I was telling this earlier on the podcast. I was doing an audition today, and I just have so much respect for the people who audition. A lot of the work that I do comes about through the requirement where they're like, oh, we need Gray. We need like an engineer who can do comedy, or we need a very specific reason that I get, hired for a lot of gigs that I don't audition much. But I went out today because there was a really cool job that came up that I thought, I'll give it a shot. I have so much respect for people who audition. It's a lot of hard work. You learn lines. You potentially aren't getting feedback. If they don't give you notes in the audition, you don't really know how you've gone. It's, all these people in LA trying to make their dreams come true. They are busting every day, going to place to place to place to place to place. It's like a full-time job. My hat's off to them. I think it's incredible. And I'm absolutely sure, firsthand how hard it is for those out there working. So, yeah, hats off to everyone. Literally hats off to you if you're just trying to pursue your dream. Good on you. Let's check out this fire.
I'm probably going to sign
here's
off
Tim.
here, guys.
There he is.
It's been a long
Legend.
day, a long night.
I'm glad he showed his
I'm excited to
face.
get on the road tomorrow and work on getting back home.
Good
this
man.
This is going to conclude my wildfire coverage now, I guess. But thank you so much to all those that tuned in, that hung out, that supported and said hi, shared it with a friend. Be sure, guys, I do have some new videos that are pretty cool. Like I have that Apollo Lunar Lander video. If you want to learn more about the Raptor engine, I do have that Raptor engine video that's really in-depth. That'll teach you everything you need to know. But don't forget, I also have it's all about. So if you want to learn about that, I've got you covered. Really, just browse around. Hopefully, you'll find stuff that you like. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. And I'm going to start packing up just in case everything burns down. I don't know. I don't want that. No one wants that. But yeah, I think the fire will eventually. Yeah, there's other webcams for that, right? I think,
all right. That's Everyday Astronaut, Tim Dobbs. You've got to check him out.
Well, yeah. Thank you guys. Again, if you want to help support what I do, go to everydayastronaut.com/shop, where you can shop around for cool shirts that are exclusive.
Oh, he's doing merch.
Might run out soon, so if you want them, get them now, because they might not be there in like literally a week. So that stuff sells out pretty quickly. Those pouches and stuff sold out in like a week. So if you want that kind of stuff, everydayastronaut.com/shop. And of course, I owe a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters. Patreon is what has made this a career for me instead of just a hobby. So if you want
That's Tim Dobbs. Do check him out. Everyday astronaut. The man is a superstar. I wonder if I can find we were at... if you're just tuning in wondering what's going on, Starhopper. It was an unofficial SpaceX broadcast that we were watching, Starhopper. Successful. However, there is a fire that's now started out there. I think it's all going to be okay. Yuri's Night 20. Oh, I forget the year. I won't be able to find this image. He was at a party of, I can't remember what year it was. The man's so awesome. He's an absolute legend. So check him out if you're a fan of him. If you're a fan of that, Everyday Astronaut is his name. Tim Dobbs. Yes, it was. He was out here in 2017. Yeah. All right, I'm going to sign off. Thank you so much for all of your comments and questions. Peter, yes, let's connect. Let's do some fun stuff. Couldn't get a hold of him, and messages wouldn't go through to him, so we won't get a message back. All right, party people. Well, very nice to see you. I'll be back next week. We've only got a few more. I'll be away mid-August. Oh, have I got any shows coming up? Maybe Tuesday, Santa Monica doing stand-up. Next Tuesday, I think. Actually, no, I just remembered. No, I will likely stand up next Tuesday, and then the Tuesday after Santa Monica Town Hall, because I keep going along to those and presenting. Completely other story. Lots of other story. All right. Very nice to see you. Thank you for sticking around. My name's Gray. This is Robot Time Machine. We'll see you again next time. Bye.